So here's how you use a wire tie. I must have forgotten. So you have this big head here, and you have this flexible piece. So it always goes in the end where the flexible piece comes out. So this is how it always works. If you want to make a bigger one, it's really easy. You just string two of them together just like this. So zip ties or wire ties, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to use these little white ones here, and kind of fasten down the wires, get them to look a little bit nicer, and tidy it up in general so that it looks really fine when it's out there on the robot course. First thing, let's do the inside. These wires are kind of loose, dangling inside here. It's just kind of take a look and see if you can just kind of tighten them down a little bit. You know, so it keeps them from moving around, and it keeps them from being so loose as to get near the tires. So that one looks good. Doesn't have to be super million muscles tight, but tight enough to hold the wires in place. And if you really want it to look good, maybe a couple, you know, at the different ends here. And you really want to do this after the car is all working and playing well, because if you have to go in here and fix it, well, you know, there's going to be a lot of wasted wire ties. Yeah, so you can kind of see I've got a little, problem here with this black wire is kind of looped around through one of these sensors. So I'm just going to unplug that sensor. Get that black wire out of there. Put the sensor back in. There, now that's a little better. So we can wire tie these two motor lines together. As you can see, I kind of pulled on them a little bit to tighten them up there and get them out front here. You know, and that helps to keep them from getting inside those tires. So the motors don't look bad. Let's do one more here. Now we have all these cables feeding up in here. That's probably a good place for one. We don't want them to fold off into the tires here. So we'll do them there at the main channel. Do one down here. Okay, so let's see how that sits when it sits down. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.